If you've ever travelled from Bournemouth to London into Waterloo, you'll recognise maybe some of these stations. The 11:22, Bournemouth to Waterloo. Two consenting adults, we have read and accepted terms and conditions of carriage. We are advanced singles, despite 30 years of marriage, journeying at a moderate pace from seaside through woods and Crossheath to a capital place. Hinton Admiral. A smudge of a station, hint of the nautical, miles from the sea. Oh, New Forest pony, standing lone and bony, Heath plain, matted mane. Ding dong. Ladies and gentlemen, this is your train manager speaking. You can tell from my accent that I was born to more than this. I will be making my way through the train, checking your tickets while you take the mick. Good breeding always shows. Sway. Accessed only from the front three. Not so much a station, more a stage direction for hungry souls heading for the buffet, grasping handholds left and right, monkey barring their way to overpriced, cling-filmed delight. I've made eye contact once too often with the lady in grey, reading her Kindle book. Her children play with handheld devices as she gives me a quizzical look. Container port. Giant cranes, like relics of the Jurassic coast, behemoths of the Test Estuary, emptying leviathans, while upstream, anglers check their flies and entice the trout. 3-story flats, grey and drab, soulless buildings, spawned by gutless architects, cementing their place in the Hall of Shame. The man across the aisle knows I'm reading his paper surreptitiously. He folds it over before I am done and looks at me suspiciously. Basingstoke, change for Reading, Rowlands Castle, the Midlands and the North, intones a pre-recorded, sugar-coated voice. This train is approaching Waterloo. Like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter. Remember to take all your possessions with you and pick up your litter. All my possessions? I'm travelling light. Removal vans and a safe store near platform 4, surplus to requirement. Stepping onto the platform, travelling clones, busy drones, vanishing underground, mobiles to hand, charging into London's congested zones. Thank you. I spent Sunday and Monday in the delightful company of our 4 sons. We play for an annual golf trophy. We've been playing it for 20 years. They're all in their 30s. They have responsible jobs in football, psychology, the church and the media. And we have a great time, and then, whoever wins gets the trophy. But being the boys they are, they make a video of it, and it's great. It's spawned, it's very high production values because one of them's in the media. But the bit that makes us laugh the most is it has a whole range of us hitting golf shots, drives and stuff, and as you hit it, they superimpose fart noises. I'm tempted. I think I could lose 3 out of 4 of them jobs, probably. The only one who would keep his job would probably be the pastor. Anyway, this poem is about the boys when they were younger. We used to take them for years and years and years, 14 years in a row, to the Isle of Wight, and they thought it was magical, and so did we. We still do, on the southernmost tip of the Isle of Wight. It's called the Rock Poolers. I see them still beyond the sand, with quartered shirt and floppy hat. One crouches holding pail and net, while the other stooping stands, with downward gaze and auburn locks, brothers hunting among the rocks. I am not seen watching from the sand, as they peer intently in the pool, hands parting silken kelp, salty cool. Crab and sprat and tiny shrimp, and rocks revealed as tide receded. Cries of triumph, their quest succeeded. Now up the rocky path they come, with gap-toothed smiles and eager squeals. They speak of sharks and whales and seals. Over the bridge and past the swing, By the stream they free their meagre catch and quickly join the cricket match. Thank you. Sort of cracking on, really. This is from my second collection, Overturning Tables. And I like catching up with people I love. And last week I spent a day in the company of my best friend who'd flown down from Scotland. And then we drove to South Bucks where we had our school days, and together a group of 6 of us who went through school together, some of us through primary school and secondary school, and we had a great time. We talk about the old days, but we're not just like Bruce Springsteen and talk about the glory days. We talk about stuff now. But I hope this brings back memories to you, especially those who are older. Remember school photos where the camera used to pan all the way across and some clown would always run from one end to the other and look like he got an identical twin at both ends. It's called the school photo. Divorced, beheaded, died. I scan the row, melding memory, conjecture and surmise. Sporadic recognition, a welcome surprise. The old school photo unravels like an ancient scroll, a slippery eel, a silver slinky, determined to roll up again to avoid excessive scrutiny. I anchor one end with a paperweight, and like a visiting dignitary, inspect the line of an earlier innocent time. Ranks of smiling, smirking youths, alternating with pouting girls, eager to share their treasure. Confident poses exuding dreams and desire in equal measure. Eyes clear, jaws sharp, breasts pert and stomachs flat, no sign then of aging slack. This is our cave drawing, semi-formed figures, prehistoric adolescents, balanced on benches, preparing to dive into the uncertain currents of adult life. A record of hopes, dreams and plan A ambition captured in high definition. Some sparkled and others sank. For most, this was in reality a photographic prelude to plan B. Lives cobbled together, world changers refocused as steady husbands, desperate wives. Employed, sacked, loved and lost, through the intervening years we've largely survived, apart from a few tragic exceptions greatly missed, their untimely demise meriting an early mention in the alumni list. Any self-respecting poet, and there are plenty of them because we're mostly self-adoring poets, should have in their sort of repertoire or their toolbox, their canon, something about this social media and the internet. So I wrote this poem quite a few years ago called Face Facts. Strangely, it's almost become prophetic over the years since. Face Facts. Owing to mounting levels of usage, Facebook is diversifying into 4 new tracks. Please choose from one of the following. If you are an irrepressible optimist, perpetually positive courtesy of your genes, your faith or your medication, please choose Happy Face. If you live a life unsullied by failure or disappointment, have progeny who are infant protégés, and remind the world continually, choose Smug Face. If you are an unlucky whinger, who feels life's knocks more than most, posting needy notice me statuses, and I'll know which of you do, Sad Face is for you. If you live on the set of MasterChef, enriching humankind with shots of your scrambled egg, high-energy breakfast in bed or sickly cupcakes, finish what you're eating and tuck into Fat Face. Thank you. So very, very, very kind, or just well brought up, or good actors. We watched a film the other day, mostly when we watch chick flick films, which I'm very happy to watch because I'm a wussy too. But usually when it's a chick flick or a romance, you want to feel that you have a sort of just a hint of a fancying of the main characters, don't you? Really? I mean, if you think they're hideously ugly, then you're sort of desperately praying that there won't be tastefully done sex. But so we watched a film starring Jane Fonda and Robert Redford, aged 79 and 78 when they made the film. I was hoping there might be body doubles used. It's a great film, actually. It's called Our Souls at Night. Our Souls at Night. And it's a great exploration, really, of companionship and stuff like that. And this is called Hunker Storm, which sort of, without giving a spoiler alert, this gives something of what it's like. And by the way, if you haven't noticed already, I can't resist a double entendre or play on words. Hunker Storm, lightning and thunder. I hunker, you hunker, he, she, it hunkers, you, me, we hunker, the adults hunker, the kid, dog and cat hunker, they all hunker. Verbalizing her fear of lightning and thunder, she suggested they hunker together in her bed. Suspecting she wanted to conjugate, he declined. Thank you. Moving on before you... if I keep moving, you can't nail me. Anyway, this is the Ballad of Bernie and Peter. I walk the dog every day. We have a dog called Hope, so it's great when she's behaving, when I'm walking along the dog and I'm able to go, Hope! And I hope it cheers people's day. But when she's misbehaving, people think they should ring Samaritans. No, Hope! No! No, Hope! No! And when she was a puppy, that was a little bit awkward like that. Anyway, I noticed that sometimes there are ladies, occasionally men too, but they've got a dog on a lead, and you sometimes think, if they've got a partner, I suspect I've just given quite an insight into how their relationship works. The Ballad of Bernie and Peter. After a while, she realised that Bernie was better company and was secretly relieved the plan to adopt him had been finally agreed. Well, of course, she missed Peter. Bernie, however, was less demanding, more biddable and cheaper to feed. Dogs are more attentive than husbands, cats affectionate like lovers. Bernie scratched in the front room, broke wind in the kitchen. Damn, I knew I might risk this, and relieved himself in the garden. This was to be expected of a mongrel, but looking back over the years, it had been true of Peter too. Dogs are more attentive than husbands, cats affectionate like lovers. She missed Peter's presence, his whistle and his smile, and forgave Bernie for digging up his ashes once in a while. I'm slightly uncomfortable because at least I can see two people who sometimes coincide with me walking their dog. It's not you. White hind, coming out of Brockenhurst one night late on a summer's evening, having been in London for some stuff, and I thought, oh my goodness, I think I've just seen a white deer. And obviously the person sitting opposite me, with whom I hadn't entered into conversation, unusual for me, obviously saw the same thing, and this is what happened. White hind. I glimpsed her from a train, oblivious to us speeding by, grazing slightly apart from the bevy, unmistakable, vulnerable, retiring. In bygone times, ancient cultures, a mystical messenger, sign from the other side. For two strangers, she triggered discussion of how different pigmentation can lead to suspicion of another. And my very last two. This one is called This River. People sometimes think it's about moving from life to death, but it ain't. It's about stuff in life and becoming possibly an adult and at least, appearing to survive. This river. Stronger souls than you have tried, youths with dreams and hopes and fears. No one arrives unscathed on the other side. Pick your moment, choose your tide. Don't waste days and lose the years. Stronger souls than you have tried. Ask for help and swallow pride. Wisdom whispers into open ears. No one arrives unscathed on the other side. Take what you need, put wealth aside. Fortunes fade as the ending nears. Stronger souls than you have tried. Tell others you will not be denied. Ignore the jibes, the jokes, the jeers. No one arrives unscathed on the other side. Do not look back. Win the fight inside. This river is broader than it first appears. Stronger souls than you have tried. No one arrives unscathed on the other side. Thank you. And my final poem, a poem that I wrote New Year's Eve, just this last New Year's Eve gone. It's called If I Don't. If I don't unwind, I'll unravel. If I don't slow up, I'll grind to a halt. If I don't chill out, I'll burn out. If I don't loosen my grip on things, things will tighten their grip on me. If I don't spend more time with my loved ones will have no more time with me. If I don't stop to draw breath, I'll stop breathing. If I don't stop to smell the roses, I'll be pushing up daisies. Thank you very much. Thank you. Don't encourage me too much. Thank you. You are very kind.